Hello, it's week 2 of season 3 of the Andy Griffith Show. This week's episode title is Andy's Rich Girlfriend. Barney, what's up this week?
Andy and Thelma Lou and I and this new girl in town named Tiggy all finish a nice meal at the Non's Diner, and then we go for a drive up to the lake. And Tiggy wants to know whether Andy brings all the new girls up here. And then we all go wading in the lake. And then when Andy takes Tiggy home, they make another date and they kiss goodnight.
And then the next morning, Andy takes her compact over to her house that she left in the car the night before, and he notices in front of her house this big old, new, expensive convertible, and she says, yeah, my daddy sent it to me. He owns a big company up in Raleigh.
And then when I hear about it, I say, it won't work. I hate to tell you, Andy, but you're going to have to forget about her. Nit it in the bud. Andy, she is one of the rich, and they are different. They go to a refinishing school, and then after they've seen everything and done everything, they look for an ordinary guy, just their kicks, and just for a little while. So you're going to stop seeing her, right? And he says wrong. And I tell myself he's headed right for Heartbreak Alley.
So next he decides to take her out to a fancy restaurant in Raleigh, 55 miles away, and you tell him, don't get hurt.
So at dinner, she has some fancy cocktail that he's never heard of, and he has a draft deer. And then he doesn't know what escargot are. And then she talks about her trips to New Orleans and to Europe. And then at the end of the night, he doesn't know how to do the formal type of dancing that they're doing there. And the next day, I hear about it and I say, you know why you are miserable? Because rich is rich and poor is poor. Oil and water do not mix. And then she comes in the courthouse and Andy sneaks into the back room. And I make up an excuse for him. And then he won't take her phone calls over the next 2 days either. And then she finally finds him and wants to verify their date at 7 that night. And he breaks it. And she gets mad and leaves. And I say, that's the way to do it. Give her the old heave-ho. And then he tells me to shut up.
So Andy goes out to the lake site where you all had that nice night before he found out she was rich, and thinks it over about what's going on.
But he finds Tiggy there. And she calls him a snob, and he's snubbing her just because her family's rich. She says she really enjoyed the time the 4 of us were here together. So they sketched rocks and got back together. And the next day I tell him, I'm glad it worked out, but you still have to play the field. Don't nail yourself down to one girl. Keep moving around.
And then to demonstrate that point, you call Juanita to ask her out Juanita at the diner to ask her out instead of Thelma Lou. And then during the phone call, Andy says, Thelma Lou's coming, and you get all nervous. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week for episode 3.